I'm Kanao from National Institute of Polar Research under the Research Organization of Information Systems in Tokyo, Japan. I'm talking about a journal for publishing polar data. So a center named Polar Environment Data Science Center, PDSC, belongs to both NIPR and ROIS, and the same corrupt. Same of you, all science branch in polar region have been handling both in Antarctic and Arctic. So today's talk, I don't mention our detail for the individual repository. We have major 3 or 4, but our center staff are strongly involved in the editorial task for the polar data journals. So prior to the launching of the polar data journals, that is a very old list, and also Chinese character included, sorry for that. So a lot of major publisher, commercial publisher, already launched the data journals listed here, as well as a newcomer open access publisher as well, and also the academics in the latest few. So the curator, data science journal, I like very much. So I had made several special collection. So in this background, NIPR launched a polar data journal that is launched at January 2017 and already published over 60 articles online. So sorry for the Japanese newspaper, but I want to mention that this data journal is first one in Japan, academics, institution, and organization. That is a newsletter. So that. So how about what is the polar data journals? That is published by NIPR and ROIS, and language is all English, and including both editorial board and international advisory board. So publication frequency is occasional when the papers are accepted and ready for online. And key features are open access and online journals and peer-reviewed, and publication data papers. And each data paper and both the data and the article could be attributed to a DOI and Creative Commons licenses. And to ensure transparency, peer review reports have also been uploaded on the website. So this is the website you can access from this NI to URL. So the individual papers can be seen like this, and you can see the PDF file of the articles and also access to the data from this repository metadata and also the article itself. So before starting the polar data journal, we consulted to refer to the formally successful one, such as scientific data. They have a category of submission guidelines like this. So we follow the similar, almost the same submission guidelines listed here. The author title affiliation, abstract and background summary, location, otherwise observation site, method, data record, technical validation, and usage note optional, acknowledgement, author contributions, competition interest, figures, tables, reference, and data citation in the last. So this is initial member, certain member of the editorial board and the international advisory board. And some of you can appreciate for your cooperation for long years. Shannon is still working as an advisory member. So at the beginning year, we have a joint meeting of the editorial board, NIPR domestic editorial board member and international members in Tokyo, NIPR. So, and for the review process. Prior to submission of the article, authors should to upload the data to the reliable repository, which can attribute a DOI for that dataset after acceptance. So after a reviewing process, both the article could be uploaded to the Gyro Cloud, that is the repository provided by the National Institute of Informatics under OS. So the dataset, you can choose any repositories, Japanese one, otherwise Pangea, AD's repository, or BAS, Polar Data Catalog, Polar Data Center, anywhere, okay. So in terms of NIPR repository, we have major 2 or 3 scientific database and ADS, Arctic Data Systems. So for the scientific database, we can get DOI through gateway or a JARC interface to reaching to the data site. So this is the example of the big radar deployed at Showa Station, IMST and IS atmosphere radar. So this is an example of the metadata landing page and related data site website. So example of the paper itself, I'm the cause of that. The Showa Station observation in the micro atmosphere pressure data set for 11 years. So this is one of the many downloaded articles. So we can see at any time all the statistics of the download and access and download list. That is 2021 stage, but major paper contribution from oceanography, to marine biology, and glaciology and meteorology. Very few, and geoscience and upper atmosphere science. But download, I can see the meteorology article is the biggest one, because I guess that researchers want to know the weather or environmental condition of the site. That is my guess. So far, so in summary, Polar Data Journal has launched from 2017, and over 60 papers have been published online. So PDD covers all branch of polar science, and no limitation of the area, but Arctic and Antarctica, but globally data is better, acceptable as well, and also the high mountain region, cold region, such as Himalaya, Tibetan Plateau, and so on. So for PDD does not necessarily require the new scientific funding, just publishing data, variable past or currently detecting data set, and continuous data, variable data set is also okay for to give a DOI. So to peer reviewed, and so DOI could be given. And on behalf of our editorial board member, I want you to ask any submission. If you have some seed for the publishing papers, so please to give contribution to the Polar Data Journals. So that's all. Not that all. Sorry. Future perspectives. We have 2 additional consideration. One is we have just 1 article category, so it's better to discriminate much more detailed categories like the scientific data, and as well we don't have not get impact factor so far. So I'm trying to get some impact factor in any futures, and should be listed in the Web of Science. That's all. Thank you very much.
So thank you, Masaki. Is there any questions?
Mark Parsons, CoData. Thank you, Masaki. That's impressive. 60 papers in 2 months.
Yeah.
A question I always have with data journals that I still don't really understand, because looking at some of your papers, you have a DOI for the paper,
Yeah.
and then there is, within the paper, then there is a link to the original data. And that has a DOI.
Yes, that's right.
So if I use the data, what should I cite?
Which site?
What if I use the data? Should I cite the original data, or should I cite the paper, or should I cite both? Since there's 2 DOIs,
Yes, that's right.
or 2 very closely related things.
Data. Many paper have one DOI dataset, but some article have some multiple dataset, multiple DOI. But as I said in the slide, so you can choose any data repository, not restricted to the Japanese one, everywhere in the world. Some people to put the data into Pangaea. It's okay.
Hi. So it's related to this actually. So I think we think you should cite both depending how you use it. The question is also, you said you have one DOI. The thing is, for me, this kind of data paper, like in your journal, is that I have to confess I didn't check the details, but there should be the possibility to have more than one DOI, because we're talking about data compilations, and you should have a full set of references of data sets you, for instance, used when you're designing, making a data product or data compilation, so you have it fully referenced, because this is at the end of the day, when you're coming from the data publishing point, that the scientists should also get not just credits for the paper publications, but also for the others, because that's actually questions we are asked as a repositories from our funders as well as our host institutions, is how often are data reused? And to track them down, there are different also tools and workflows in place to do this. But for this, we need a full referencing also of the data set, and data journals like yours or scientific data. And so I think the perfect place to show how can you do it best. I know there are limitations on how many citations you can have in Nature or in other pure scientific journal, let's put it like this, which has not a focus on the data. So I'm wondering if you have also a limitation on data references you can put into the paper, or if it's as it I think should be, unless RDA comes up with, they are working on a concept where you can have like a container to reference a lot of data sets, because it's obviously certain limitations when you're having thousands of data references, when you're compiling large data sets. But yeah, so is there a limitation on data sets you can referencing in a data publication in your journal, or is it quite open to data sets?
Okay, that is the recommendation. Very long. Some question?
Can you have many data sets reference in your data paper and not just one?
The same question. Many paper, majority paper, just one dataset, DOI dataset, majority. But multiple dataset, multiple DOI dataset could be acceptable, probably, maybe, should be. So inside the data, basically, when accepted these kind of data journals, the related data should be frozen one, fixed one. That is the basic idea. But the continuous data, variable data, such as meteorological, seismic or to ocean wave tidal data that is continuous and still to continuously adding in the current stage. So that is variable data also be acceptable in time, depending on that station. So yeah, that is not to globally consensus, but in our editorial office, there is a consensus. There is a there is a description in the somewhere in the description in the submission. No. Guidelines for submission.
Thank you.
We can talk much more later.
Thank you very much. The final small question. Okay, so we can thank you,
Thank you.
Masaki, and give another round of applause. And